Hey, good morning, Maria. Back with another video at 7:17 a.m. It is July, I believe it is the 8th, I think. No, it's the 7th. Whatever, doesn't matter. It's a Sunday morning, and I will tell you it is very beautiful outside. Very peaceful right now in the morning. Pretty much all I hear is some little dogs barking lightly in the background. Some traffic in the far distance. And my hum of my refrigerator. That's about it. But very beautiful right now. And so I'm gonna get dressed in a little bit. Right now I'm just taking it easy. I'm trying to, give myself that proper care and love that I need, because, I'm dealing with a lot right now, a lot of the mental exhaustion and stuff. But, you know, what I was thinking this morning as I was getting up, I was thinking, I remember meeting with a recruiter, I think it was back in 2002, maybe it was 2002, a long time ago. And I think this one particular recruiter, she, I would have to say that I liked her style. Like, I liked how she understood that a job just isn't a job. You don't just stick somebody in a job, right? I appreciated that because I agree. I've always agreed with that. You want to find something that is, long term, and you want to be able to find something that you enjoy. And I think when it comes to my perps, they tend to focus on the superficial things, or maybe they would feel, well, I would feel uncomfortable wearing a wig because they have a different understanding of why people wear wigs. Okay, maybe I think white people, not white people, all white people, because white people have hair issues, right? But they might have hair loss, whatever, and so they wear, whether they wear weaves, which to me are very damaging to your hair, or they wear wigs or whatever. So some people, they just don't feel comfortable doing it. I don't have an issue with it. I'm a black woman. To me, it's like, if you can't understand that this is something that black people do, I don't know what to tell you. Really isn't any of your business. And, I think that also when it comes to eating, I can't even say, I eat okay. I eat good. I don't like a bunch of fast food. I don't like those sort of things. Okay. And there's a lot of other people out there who don't want it either. But these people are continually creating tangled, you know, um, these entanglements, that they make big issues out of stuff that, if they really stop to think about it, everybody else does it too. Maybe some people don't eat quite as well, but maybe they haven't reached the point of where they're just absolutely disgusted with things that are being served in fast food restaurants or whatever. But, yeah, I do, okay? But that has nothing to do with my job. The only reason why it was causing tension in the workplace is because my perps were creating these issues. It's them, not if I was all by myself going into the workplace, okay, without the um, circus show that's basically following me, whether that be my previous family, my blood relations I'm referring to, Joel's family, or the Lyles clan. I prefer the name clan more than family. It just sounds cooler, even though I'm not trying to, say they're cool, because they're obviously not if they're putting me in this situation. But, I already said the word family, so, I just want to use a different word. Anyway, whatever the case is, it's like, those are not it. The thing is, anytime you pick out certain characteristics or things about a person and base it off their job, that right there is discrimination. People have the right to eat what pack whatever they want to in their lunch sacks. Although there has been rules sometimes. I know many years ago there was some rules about popping popcorn. Because because if it is something that's kind of smelly, that's going to kind of make other people sick, then you are going to avoid, like, those bagged popcorn. There's been rules about that. Some people don't like the smell of curry, so you don't bring certain things that are going to be smelly. That's just, common sense. But these little issues, I personally take them as, little jabs. They're trying to, be insulting. And so, how is it that these people could think that I want to have any sort of relationship with them, especially since they've caused nothing but problems? I don't have any connection to any of these people, which I've mentioned several times before. And what I'm the kind of person, I like being in a stimulating environment. I like things that are constantly going. I do like my downtime. Like for example, when I'm just sitting at my desk or whatever. But I like keeping busy for the most part. Um, and so now that these people have basically, trimmed down all the options I could have ever had, as far as me, spreading my wings and going wherever I want, I have to be, selective on just what basically is available. And these people really do reduce the quality of your life. I can't tell you, and that's what I mourn on a daily basis, because I'm not the kind of person. I don't want attachments. The reason why I don't want to get married is because it's baggage to me. It is baggage. I don't want, I'm very glad that I had my son. He's grown. I would not want any more. Reason why? Because, kids are beautiful. They're cute. They're adorable. But at this age, I don't have the patience for it. I just don't. And so, and I know that. And the only person that's going to end up getting hurt in a situation like that would be the kid, right? So I know what I want in life. I do. I know what I want in life. And you have these people that want to come in and interfere with what you want in their life. And they just mess it up. I prefer to work around other people. And, like I said, these social issues that get created were all because of them. If they weren't involved in it, they wouldn't have been an issue. I mean, maybe it may have been here in Bakersfield because I'm of the color of my skin. That's a very big possibility. Okay, but this goes way, way back, way, way, way back. Okay, like before I even moved here. And I'm talking mostly I'm talking about my family. I don't think the Lyles were involved back then. I don't see how they could be. They might have been. Who knows? I mean, who knows? I know that when I was a teenager, his mom knew that I liked him, but and I did, call their house and stuff like that. So maybe she has been on my back even when I was a teenager. Who's to say? I don't know. But but still, everything that's happened in my life has been a result of this sort of intrusion, and which that's the typical story of every TI, is because they're being stalked. They have these stalkers that are lingering around, getting information and then making a big deal out of every single thing that you do. And it would have been so much better had these people not been involved. I don't want, I don't want their involvement. I don't, I'm a very autonomous person. I prefer to be autonomous for a reason, because I know that I'm very, very picky about certain things. I don't want to be in an environment that deals with, a workplace that has worked in the gas industry. I don't want to work for the medical industry. And then I know that when I got assigned at the prosthetic place, I felt as though that was done deliberately, because I don't like anything medical really, but they put me there anyway. So they do these little things. So how is it that I can think that these people really care about me? They don't, okay? And I would never forgive anybody who would do that. Like the idea of me getting back together with Joel is absurd, because you touch something like that, my employment, and then you're going to lie to me, and then, see the kind of stress that I'm going through, and you're not going to say anything. Only an idiot would forgive somebody like that. Absolutely not. You know what I mean? As a matter of fact, I think that's something that you should fear. You should be concerned and scared if you're dealing with someone like that. And I don't care if it was orchestrated by employers. I believe it was orchestrated mainly by his mom, and then she got all the other employers involved in it. I don't know how that works, okay? But if employers were to encourage that, like, encourage that sort of behavior in a family, those kind of betrayals, if they were to actually do something like that, like it came out of their their mind, and started putting this shit into practice, that's just ridiculous. I mean, obviously it's illegal, but I choose to fly solo in my life. I like being autonomous because I'm very picky about things. But anyway, I was going to talk about this particular recruiter. She said, she was like, well, if you like a posh environment, then that's what we should aim for. If you like this, and this is what we should aim for. I've always believed that people should be well suited for their job, and not just like based on your skills too, but also what kind of environment. That's what you should look for. And so that I've always felt that. So when she said that, I was like, I agree with you on that. I totally agree with that. I think a lot of recruiters are just very ignorant about, everything. I don't really see where many of them do a good job. They don't seem to care. I know when I was talking to Jan Sizer over at Act One, number one, I didn't like the environment over at the prosthetic place. So I basically told her, I didn't like it. And I said, I was assigned a part-time job. And then this is what she said. She's like, well, yeah. And she was a part of the surveillance team, too. I know that she was, because she had mentioned something that I had said in the privacy of my own home. And I was like, wow. And I had said that a few days ago. And she said, you're going around saying that you're going to blow up, people's farms and stuff. And I was like, whoa. I said, I was talking to my ex-husband in a conversation about how I was pissed off at Steve Murray for doing what he did and being a part of my employment. And then she was listening through surveillance. That's mind-blowing, okay? So this is what these agencies do, okay? So if you want your information to be private, and you want to be protected from these sort of corruption, you may not want to go to certain agencies. Okay, that's just my opinion, especially the agencies that claim to be equal opportunity employers. Okay, but she's like, well, yeah, that's what you're gonna do. Yeah, like, of course. And why would you say of course? Like yeah. Why would you assign somebody a part-time job? Why would you give them less than what their job skills are? Okay, and don't give me the graph about the bachelor's degree shit, because I know several people who don't have a bachelor's degree, okay? Some people who have less education than I do that are sitting here working, and they have been serviced through that particular agency. So you can tell when your employment is being manipulated. You can tell, okay? So, and I wanted to throw up when she said, repeated what I said. And I said, I didn't say I was going to. And I never said I was going to. I said he deserves to, okay? But still, it was in the privacy of my own home. It was in the privacy of my own home. So, this the whole thing about your house being under surveillance is another thing. A lot of employers think that they have the right to have these little internal investigations. No, that's not it, okay? Believe me, the job application that you turn in is basically it. Your references that you list, the places that you work, and there's like those 3, sometimes 5 references, that's what the character reference. They don't need to sit here and have, well, let's see what she does in her free time, and let's monitor her habit. All those things are illegal. They're all illegal, okay? So it does. It really affects me, because I understand now how disappointed I am. I understand that I'm disappointed because I really thought that working hard made a difference. I really did. I thought that it made a difference, and really it doesn't, and I still have a hard time dealing with that, because it's like, when you're somebody who basically has to rely on your work ethic to get through this world, and you're finding all these people who commit all these crimes, and they get by, and some of these people live like what I consider to be lavish lifestyles, company cars and vehicles, and all these perks, right? Now, mind you, I've never aimed for all of that, right? But still, what people do to get by in this world, very little, right? And you're just sitting here like, wow, you know, how how in the world could this even happen? But I just really, I did a video yesterday about wanting to leave Bakersfield, and I do, and I don't think life is going to be any different, really, you know, in another location. I don't think that, you know, I think my life is basically, it has been severely affected by what was put in place, and so, I mean, I don't really see how it's going to be any different other than changing a location and maybe hopefully having better opportunities outside of a community that to me isn't as minority friendly. Now, I'm not saying that Lancaster is either, okay? But this place is kind of noted for their racism. So, um, I don't know. You know, I just feel as though I don't really have any connections. Like, I don't have anything that anchors me anywhere. So I can go wherever I want. And that's how I choose to live my life. I don't want ties. I don't want that. Ugh, no. You know, seems strange to some people, but seems completely logical to me. You know, anyway. So I'm going to get myself dressed and get out and do I need, I'm not going to the store today. I don't have a need to go to the store today. Probably going to stay in, but I do want to step outside, even if it's just to walk around the block or something. I knew I got to get some sunshine, or maybe I'll just sit on this front porch and get some sunshine. You know, I just want to be in the sun for a little bit. So I hope you have a wonderful day, with the exception of my perps. And I'll be back with another video some other time later. Bye bye.